Hello to everyone. First of all, I wish you a warm welcome here in Split and Split-Dalmatia County in the name of our prefect, Mr. Blaženko Boban, in my own name. Of course, my name is Stipe Čogelja, and I'm vice or deputy prefect of our county, Split and Dalmatia County. First of all, I need to warn you about a few things. I have a bomb. Just checking if you're asleep. But if you take a look close, you can see that my title is not so interesting, deputy prefect. It sounds pretty boring, of course. You're here after lunchtime, we call it fiaca or siesta, and I need to talk a little bit slower because when I talk too fast, you wouldn't understand me. I talk too much this day, So I need to cut to the chase and go on with my presentation. Few facts about our county. Our county is around 400,000 people, inhabitants. We have around 55 municipalities, and we have 1,200 meters of coast, kilometers of coast, of course. And that's why tourism and blue future is my first theme. Next slide. The transition pathway to tourism is the basics. It contains regulation, public governance, green and digital transition, resilience, investments and funding, monitoring, and co-implementation. Transition pathway for tourism was presented in 2022 during EU Industry Days, and it's based on this plan. We hereby present our county's action throughout every chapter that I mentioned. The first one is, of course, pomorsko je dobro, or if we call it in free translation, maritime is not a fair. It's play of words, That's the regulation. We have launched the new campaign and platform called Pomorsko je dobro, and the goal of this campaign was to change legislative framework and to enhance local and regional institutions. At this point, we have a situation that state is removing illegal objects on maritime domain, and for about 1 month, we are going to have a new law on port authorities and maritime domain. Secondly, we needed to collect all information and to digitalize them. Over 2,000 acts were implemented. Throughout this, we have achieved two-way communications with the public, higher trust in institutions, and greater efficiency in stopping maritime domain devastation. You can guess we had approximately 1,000 unique reports of maritime domain devastation. That's about 1 per 1 kilometer of the coast. It's too big a number, you can agree with me. Next project is called Croatian Digital Tourism, e-Tourism. With this project, we have continued with further digitalization in Department for Tourism and Maritime Affairs, in which I have been head of department before this role of deputy prefect. Very important slide for me. We have implemented innovative tourism services using advanced technologies and digitized cultural heritage. Example is project Underwater Heritage, and our final goal is to open first virtual maritime museum. If my presentation goes bad and if I'm boring, you can always visit our link for Underwater Heritage. It's a very, very good site. You are looking, as you can see. The next one. Next 3 slides show strategical documents regarding climate changes and protecting seashore and sea environment. Management plan for the coastal zone maritime environment, anchorage study, and coastal zone management plan for city of Kaštela, which is the most endangered city in our county regarding sea level changes and generally climate changes. Challenges tackled in these documents are environmental security, which involves anticipating and managing climate change and preempt illegal discharges, waste dumping, accidents, and other environmental risk, and of course, the most important thing, spatial planning. I'm very proud about this fact. Research, development, and innovation program in which we invest more than 2.5% of our budget, which is European average, by the way, brought some good projects such as, for example, Marine Eye. We have ensured, beside financial support, 2 anchorages on island of Vis, on which the startup companies tested their system on surveillance and mooring and departures from ports. You can see the other startup companies that we supported throughout this program. The pearl of this program is called Digital Dalmatia. Throughout this project, we are trying to create regional startup ecosystem. All projects that we implement have 3 main pillars: education, community, and business. Building up startup community is a very hard and demanding job, but it's very fruitful in mid and long terms. For example, Rent a Local is telling a very unique story of people, cities, and the region that we live in. There are other firms and other startups that we are supporting throughout Dalmatia startup community. A few words about our green transition in our county. Newly adopted action plan for dynamic and green transition brings us a new vision of our county in 2050. We strongly believe that we have the potential and the resources, human and financial, to achieve that. Approximately, in our plan, we have around 600 megawatts of solar energy free to invest. That's a lot, and we are preparing our new plan so that we have a lot more space for new investments. Very important thing for our country is sustainable local traveling. When we speak about demographic policy in hinterland, which is highly depopulated, sustainable traveling challenge should also be addressed by local traveling options at destination. At destination, mobility infrastructure needs relate, for example, to slow mobility infrastructures, biking, pedestrian and green areas, as well as charging infrastructure for electric vehicles, infrastructure for electric scooters, bikes, etc. Using such active mobility opportunities together with the public transport options should be encouraged both for residents and visitors. And we are the first county in Croatia with a number of electric cars. Last but not the least are 4 main infrastructure projects that we are proceeding, worth over 35 million euros. Regional Center of Competence is at this moment the largest investment in the city of Split for more than 25 million euros worth, and it contributes to one of the main points from transition pathway for tourism, that is reskilling and upskilling of the workforce. When we finish that project at the end of 2023, we will have a new hotel and new restaurants for our students and people who need to visit our city and our country. I need to add to this, we also have IBM programs in primary, secondary schools, and of course the programs in our university in 3 faculties of medicine, philosophy, and of course in psychology. That's the main thing that can come to take people here in Split and Split-Dalmatia County to live and work in, because we can all agree this is the most beautiful place to work and live in. This is one of our projects, also Blue Cave Visitor Center, one of the most important tourist attractions here in Split and Dalmatia County in island of Vis. So project budget 3,600,000 euros. Of course, one of the most important projects here is our Split and Dalmatia County Visitor Center. It's 4 million euros worth. Split-Dalmatia Visitor Center bring us new brand. It's called Hidden Dalmatia. The brand consists of 3 parts: storytelling destination, outdoor destination, and food and wine destination. And it's very important because of our main objective, and that is to disperse tourism from densely populated areas to hinterland. And the last one project, Jadro Spring of Life, that's the project for our soul, for our people to come and enjoy in our environment, in our fresh waters, and all what we can give you back. Thank you very much. I wish you a nice day.